Next on Worcester News tonight, the latest on a double stabbing in Worcester turned fatal. We hear from the man who was stabbed while trying to help the victim. Plus, becoming a citizen on Independence Day. 150 applicants recite the oath of allegiance at Old Sturbridge Village. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. It's shaped up to be a beautiful 4th of July. Hot weather for cookouts and outdoor activities. And if you plan on watching fireworks tonight, it looks good. Let's get a first check at our local forecast.
Happy 4th of July, another warm day across central Massachusetts. Temperature at the Worcester Airport 86 for a high temperature today, but we hit 92 in Orange. That's now the second consecutive day of 90 plus. We do it tomorrow and we make it an official heat wave there and in other parts of central Massachusetts. 3 or more, that's the heat wave criteria. Another beautiful day too, with just a couple of clouds drifting about, thin veil of clouds too at times, kind of muting the sunshine. Actually helped make it feel a little more comfortable. Fireworks tonight, if you're headed out to one of the local displays, temperatures will be in the upper 70s, a mostly clear sky with a fairly light wind. Now, how about for the next couple of days for the rest of the holiday weekend? Another hot one tomorrow, near 90, lots of sun, very humid, more oppressive humidity with scattered storms on Saturday. This is not a washout. I wouldn't be that worried about your plans, to be honest. And then on Sunday, much less humid behind the storms. Temperatures will be near 80 degrees, so far more comfortable. Coming up in just a few minutes, detailed timeline on the storm threat and, of course, a look at your 10-day forecast as well.
All right, thank you, Michael. Developing news tonight, the woman stabbed at a Worcester restaurant Wednesday night has died. Police say a New Hampshire man entered O'Connor's restaurant and attacked her. It appears the two dated and had a prior history together. Well, we're also learning more about the suspect's past tonight. Our Cam Jandro is live at O'Connor's and joins us now with the details. Cam.
Olivia, police confirmed 28-year-old Carlos Asensio was wanted for a home invasion earlier this year in Ayer. Police say he allegedly attacked his ex-girlfriend, the same woman who was stabbed and killed in the O'Connor's parking lot last night. Police arrested him in this parking lot, and it was thanks to the help of some good bystanders. Police say the two had previously dated. Alan Corson Jr., a customer in the restaurant, jumped into action and attempted to help the woman. The 26-year-old was also stabbed during the struggle, but his injuries are non-life-threatening. He recounts the moments leading up to the incident.
I thought he was beating her up, a man beating up a woman. And so I grabbed for the arms, and one of the men say, "Hey, I have one of the knives." And that's actually the first time I had known he had a knife. And as I'm down on the ground with the guy, I just feel this, sensation in my hip, or my side, my left side. And it turns out, while wrestling to the ground, he had got me in the side.
In a statement on their Facebook page, O'Connor's Restaurant and Bar says, as you all have probably heard by now, there was a shocking and traumatic event in our restaurant, our home last night. Our condolences are with the victim and her family. We are overwhelmingly grateful to the police, our guests, and our staff who valiantly responded to help her and apprehend the assailant. Now, police are yet to release the identity of the 31-year-old victim. Asensio is being held on multiple charges, including murder. We're live in Worcester tonight. I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
All right, thank you, Cam. Now to the latest on the discovery of 9-month-old twin boys found alone near railroad tracks in Worcester. Thankfully, they are doing okay. We're hearing from the man who found them. Eric Martell works for the Providence and Worcester Railroad. He says his train was only moving a few miles an hour when he told the conductor they were stopping along Kansas Street. When they got off the train, they found 2 babies sitting in a double stroller under a billboard on the site of a trash and recycling facility. The workers called 911 and rocked the stroller to keep the babies calm until police arrived.
One of the little guys looked up to me and gave me like the biggest little smile, and I'm like, it's gonna be all right, buddy. It's gonna be all right, I got you.
Police were able to track down the parents. It's unclear if charges could be coming. The twins are now in the care of the state's Department of Children and Families. A motorcyclist strikes a deer Thursday morning in Oxford. The crash happened on 395 just before exit 5. Oxford Fire, EMS, police, and Mass State Police were on scene. No word on injuries, but the motorcyclist was taken to the hospital. Dozens celebrated the 4th the way early New Englanders would have in the 1830s. Independence Day is one of the busiest times at Old Sturbridge Village, which shows a glimpse of life in New England hundreds of years ago. Visitors walked the grounds, listened to readings of the Declaration of Independence, and even signed a giant copy of the Declaration.
In my opinion, there's nothing better than seeing the way Independence Day and the times of the actual Independence Day were.
And many visitors say the trip was a meaningful way to spend the 4th. Rutland hosts their annual 4th of July parade on what was a beautiful Thursday afternoon. The parade is the final part of the town's celebration of our nation's independence, which lasts 4 days. Thousands line Main Street in what has become one of the biggest celebrations in the town. For organizers, it makes the 4th of July a much more special holiday.
It's fun to see the different families rival who's going to win this year and how they go so big on their floats to try and get grand prize.
It is. There's a lot of heckling that goes on, all in, good fun, but, it really gets the town, having some fun together.
And this year's theme, Rutland Goes Hollywood. The 4th of July in Rutland is now a 4-day festival of fireworks, barbecues, and the parade. But when the United States was fighting for its independence more than 240 years ago, Rutland, as well as other central Massachusetts towns, had a role in the century's eventual victory. In 1777, Rutland had numerous prison camps. They were used for captured Hessian mercenaries and other prisoners of war.
We just honored one of our first settlers, Moses Howe, whose son fought in the Revolution here and is buried here in town as well. Our town seal is a dedication to General Rufus Putnam, who was a general in the Revolutionary War.
Rutland isn't alone in their connections to the war. Prominent patriot John Hancock deeded the land around the town hall in Holden. A monument still sits in front of Town Hall. An official copy of the Declaration of Independence read in the town of Charlton is stored at the American Antiquarian Society in Worcester. A copy of the Declaration was given to every town in the summer of 1776 to be read aloud. The Vice President of Programs and Outreach at the Antiquarian Society says at the time it was one of the quickest means of communication for towns to learn about news.
And another very important way in which it is circulated is through churches. But at the bottom there's a really interesting boxed in instructions from the general court in Massachusetts, from the legislature, to all of the clergy in the state, and asking them to read this document from the pulpit on the Sunday after they receive it, and then to enter it into the town records that was done.
The American Antiquarian Society also has the handwritten note from Charlton's town clerk indicating their reverend read the Declaration aloud. An annual 4th of July car show continues its tradition at Green Hill Park this week. Hundreds of cars from different decades are displayed throughout the park at the 7th annual Cars of Summer car show. Don Oleski owns a 1937 Plymouth Coupe and says he's been coming to this show for more than 20 years and loves to see the appreciation from the community.
We've been coming up here since the very beginning for 25 years, and it's an honor to come up here and let people see what the cars are all about. And when you see something unique like this, people really appreciate it because they see the time and effort that's put into making something like this, making something like this work. People appreciate it, so it all works.
And the car show will run tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. A Central Massachusetts native placing in the top 3 of Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. Oxford resident Jeffrey Esper ate 47 hot dogs to earn 3rd place in the contest. Joey Chestnut ate 71 hot dogs, just a few shy of breaking the record he set last year to secure his 12th title at the contest.